Welcome back to Bill's Bets and Beers. I'm the host, Chad, and this is going to be a video on the Monday Night Football game. I know it's coming out late, and the game's about to start in a couple hours. Just didn't have time to do it Sunday night, so I'm dropping it now. But let's get into this video. If you like it, definitely drop a like and subscribe. And yeah, like I said, let's get into the video. First off, I'm doing the injury report. If you like it, if you don't, leave a comment. Giving you some nice feedback on it. For the Saints, we have defensive back JT Gray. He has a hamstring injury. He's going to be out of this game because he did not participate at all in practice this week. Next up, we got tight end Juwan Johnson. Sorry, I want to say it right. He had an ankle injury, and he also didn't practice all week and is going to be out for this game. Cornerback Marshawn Lattimore. Obviously, everyone knows him. He's been having this weird abdomen I can talk now. Issue as of late, but he was limited practice all week. He's questionable. I'm guessing he's going to be playing. He's, like I said, he's had this for a little bit. They're probably just getting him limited practice so you're not hurting it too much for the game. Then we got defensive end Peyton Turner. He has ankle injury as well. He did not participate all week, and he's going to be out. And then P.J. Williams, the safety, he was also DNP all week with a knee injury, and he's going to be out as well. So there's definitely some defensive people that are questionable, are going to be out this game. Some on the offense as well. So it's going to be very interesting how that goes. I definitely see some of the wide receivers having some better numbers back there, especially if Marshawn Lattimore is going to be out. Like I said, I believe he's going to play, but if he's out, you definitely see a lot coming out there that way. Then on the Bucs side, you have safety Mike Edwards. He has a hamstring injury. He didn't practice all weekend. He is doubtful. Another safety, Antoine Woodford Jr., he has an ankle injury. He did not participate all week as well, and he is as well doubtful. There's a lot of doubtfuls on this list where it's going to be very surprising for him, especially in their secondary. Then you have cornerback Sean McDuffie Bunting. He has a quad injury, and he was limited practice all week and is listed as doubtful. If he's out this week, that's going to be a huge mismatch for the Saints wide receivers against this defense, especially since they haven't been playing as well as late. Then also the nose tackle Vita Vea, his foot injury. He didn't participate on Tuesday, and he had limited practice Friday, Saturday. So it's going to be very interesting what they do with him. He's listed as questionable. Then you have defensive end Akeem Hicks. He's a very good defensive end for them, and he usually comes up pretty big for them in games. And he has a foot injury, and he did not participate Friday, and it was limited practice Saturday. So with a late designation there, very interesting. He's questionable. So if he's not in there, like I said, if all those doubtfuls don't play, that's going to be huge for the Saints, especially for a Bucks against the Bucks team that hasn't been playing that great. But let's get going. Now we're going to do some NFL updates real quick, just to go throughout what's happening throughout the league. Obviously, the Bills, they're a number 1 seed now. The Bills had the perfect storm happen this week. Past week we had the win on Thursday against Patriots. Then you have Dolphins losing against the Niners. The Bengals winning against the Chiefs. And also the Jets losing. Give a little bit more of a buffer as well in there. So we have perfect storm. Everything that the Bills needed to happen happened. So they're now number 1 seed in the conference. Chiefs fall to number 2. Dolphins fall to number 5 or 6 in the division. Throughout the AFC. So definitely a big turnaround right there. I believe the Bengals are in 5th seed at this point. I think due to I could be wrong now. So that's huge right there. Also, Bills-Dolphins game got moved to Saturday night. I already got my Airbnb set up for that game. I already have my season ticket, so I'm going to that. So that's all set up. It was good news at work. Set that up. Then, the 49ers quarterback, I'm sure you guys all heard about it, Jimmy Garoppolo, actually broke his foot last night in that Dolphins game, which I have in my fantasy, so I was upset about it at that point, and I'm like, oh crap, now the Dolphins are going to come back and win, because I have a backup quarterback in there, and their defense is decent. That was the exact opposite. I mean, this defense the 49ers has is amazing, and then on top of that, that quarterback, Purdy, he played very well. I'm definitely going to be trying to pick him up in fantasy. That's all I can say at that point, because I don't want people from who I'm facing taking him. Says I need to replace one of my quarterbacks at least. But yeah, then you have it's little coming up, kind of going into this 49ers situation. The Panthers released Baker Mayfield. Very shocking considering how they picked him up in the offseason and everything like that, and the whole weird situation. I mean, Darnold beat him out. Crazy to think, but I think they probably dropped him just so they don't have to give. I forgot if he was traded for or whatnot. I believe it was a trade, but it's like, I mean, if it's a trade, I think that's the only reason why they dropped him. He wouldn't be a bad backup, but I'm guessing he's just not liking the atmosphere there, and they're probably not seeing eye to eye because he's not playing. So, definitely considered a possible pickup for the 49ers, especially since they only have that rookie starter now there, Trey Lance, and Garoppolo's out. He'd be a good backup in there for the rookie in case anything happens. And they don't have that good of luck this year with quarterbacks because they just keep getting injured. Then, that Giants-Commanders game got flexed to the Sunday Night Football game on Week 15, and that's going to be wild. I mean, you saw that 2020 matchup, like, tying overtime. That's the reason why they got that slot. The day after that happened, you got to give them it. So, that's going to be it for the updates. Now let's get into these parlays. I have 2 parlays, one 6-leg and one 5-leg, both through FanDuel. The 6-leg one, it starts off with Chris Olave, anytime touchdown. I just think he's going to be getting yards and touchdowns this game. Like I said, if that secondary's beat up over there for Tampa, and it's just not going to help him out at this level. Then I have Julio Jones, anytime touchdown as well. The odds for these guys getting touchdowns is actually pretty good and pretty high, like towards the 200s, so that's why I put both of them on it. I think Julio Jones is going to, even though they have a lot of weapons over there, I think he's just going to get forgotten on the field at one point with all the people they have there, and he's going to get it in the end zone. Then I have Cameron Brate, over 21.5 receiving yards. Chris Olave, 80-plus receiving yards. I did an alternate spread on this one because the original's like over 56.5, and I think he's going to get towards that 80-90 mark. So to me, the risk was worth it. It's like plus 300 something to put plus 80. So I'm taking that odds. And for Cameron Brate, I honestly think he's going to at least get around 30, 40 yards. Just with the middle, I don't know. I just think he's going to be able to get those yards because they're going to be, Tom Brady's going to be having to pass really quick passes, and he's going to be a quick little dump-off guy doing nice little slants and whatnot and out routes. Then I have Alvin Kamara, over 45.5 rushing yards. And I think he's going to get it on the ground because once they get their, he's going to have to get the running game going first for them to get their passing game going. And they do have some injuries, like the nose tackle if he doesn't play, and if Hicks doesn't play, he's going to have opportunities. So definitely something to look forward towards. And then I chose the over 41.5 point total spread. I just think this game, with the injuries on defense, the offenses are going to thrive a little bit more. Even though they haven't been doing as of late, they usually play each other pretty hard. So total odds on that, was 13,549, and it turns my $1 into 136 bucks. Great odds. Like I said, if I had more money, I would be making smaller bets, but this is just for fun, and so I can hit all these weird different things out there, and I do hit on a couple of them, so definitely check out these bets I'm putting in. Then I got my 5-leg same game parlay coming up. I have Leonard Fournette, anytime touchdown. Then I went a little risky here, but I think it's going to happen. Alvin Kamara, 2+ touchdowns. I just have a feeling, like, I get these feelings every once in a while when you're looking at the game setup and how it's going to go, and I seek Alvin Kamara getting one on the ground and one in the air. As you can tell, coming up when I put my other odds for Alvin Kamara. Then I have Mike Evans over 60.5 receiving yards. I just think he's going to get them. At this point, it just makes sense to me. And then to add to that, like I said, this is where the Alvin Kamara comes in. I have Alvin Kamara 60+ receiving yards. This is an alternate spread as well, because I believe the original one was 45 something receiving yards or 30 something. So I upped it up to 60, and it's going to be massive for me, odds-wise. Then I got Taysom Hill over 24.5 rushing yards. I just think it's going to be a nice little play where they put him in there, and he's going to be probably getting 2, 3, 4 runs, and he's probably going to break off a long one out of one of them. But total odds were 15,900, and that brings my $1 to equal 160 bucks. But yeah, surprise, surprise, it's a tasting and rating. I know you saw the beer, so this is a nice color here. It looks like an average beer. Like when I poured this, I was kind of shocked because I usually always drink it from the can, but just a little shocked because it looks like it could be just a normal light beer, like a normal Bud Light. I mean, it's a little denser in color, but not by much. Taste is really good. It's gonna be this tropical bear hug. It's 9.5%, 9.9%, and it's a Goose Island beer. Goose Island beer. This tropical bear hugs very well. Obviously, you hear the tropical, so it is like a hazy IPA. But yeah, it's very good. Like I said, all this stuff is brewed and packaged. Like, this is actually out of a couple places, like Colorado, Michigan, Illinois, Houston. There's a lot of places because this one is brewed out of, but it's very good. Taste, like I said, I'm gonna give this. I love the taste. It's very smooth, but it has that like nice little bitter kick at the end. That you're drinking an IPA. That you would expect out of a 9%, almost 10% beer, but it's not as strong as you would expect. I would give it like a nice 7.5. Then color, like I said, it's bland, but like I'm gonna give it like a 6.5 just because it's the color you wouldn't expect for a beer this strong, in my opinion. Drinkability, it goes down very smooth. I mean, you could drink 2 to 3 of these, and that's all you're gonna need, but you could drink it down pretty quickly. Then, bingeability, I would say, binging with these type of IPAs, 3 to 4 is probably around that we're gonna be binging. So, because realistically, cans like this, because they come in cans like this, that's what I would buy if I'm doing that. So if I was drinking 3 to 4 of these, that'd be like a binge. And this is a beer you definitely can do with that. Because after the first beer, it gets like milder on the kick because you're so used to it. So definitely worth getting. And design, love it. Like I said, it's very simple. It has just a bear on it like that. And then like a more uploaded picture, like blown up picture of it. Like the colors. I mean, a beach vacation for your taste buds. It's really great. So like I said, design, I love it. It's given it 8.2. I really do enjoy it. But yeah, that's going to be it for that. And then we're coming up on the upcoming videos. So for those, I got like, I'm going to ramble off like 5 of them just because I have a couple ideas I want to do. Doing the normal Thursday Night Football preview and parlays. Then I'm going to do a playoff prediction for Week 14 edition. I did one back, I think Week 8, like mid-season, Week 8 or 9. So I'm definitely doing one this time just to end off the season because it's close enough where there might be some changes that you don't see coming. Then I got Bills vs. Jets preview and prediction. And Sunday Night Football preview and some Sunday game parlays as well in there. So that's all going to be coming up shortly. Obviously, I'll do a Bills vs. Jets post game reaction as well, but I have to leave that for some other videos to tell you. Then for sponsors, I got my wife. Check her out. She has an Instagram. She does crocheting, a lot of nice projects. It's crochet, WITHELISHA, crochet with Elisha. Check her out. Her stuff's very, very good. She does hats, mittens, gloves, cardigans, anything you get, like think of to keep you warm. She does, and blankets. She does that for kids, toddlers, like even babies. Anything you could think of, little infants to like grown adults. She can do it. She makes dolls very well. She made this cool little pot, a little plant that you could fold it down and it stands up by its own. It's really nice. She does beer koozies. She does anything you think of, like tops, bottoms for bikinis for girls, shirts for girls. She can make a shirt for a guy. She hasn't done it yet, but she could. It's just finding the pattern and doing it. So definitely check her out on there and shoot her a DM if you find anything you'd like. Then I got my my buddy Evan. He has a channel over at Mr. Nasty Time. It's MR_NASTYTYYYME. Check him out. Does a lot of great content on the NFL. Does a weekly power rankings, 1 through 32, the whole thing, shebang. And then also he does some I can't even think it is. I'm just blanking right now. MMA. Long day, guys. Some MMA content. He does a lot of good stuff with that. He breaks down some fighting cards every once in a while when there's a really good one coming out and explains the bets he's putting in and whatnot. And he could definitely help you out because he knows these fighters very well. He's been following them for years. He knows how they fight. He does a lot of research into it because he already knows a lot, but he does others. He does more research to see how they're doing up to the fight as well. So check him out on that. And he's been doing a lot of gaming stuff as well on there. He's switched from Twitch recently. So he's been doing a lot of Warzone 2.0 and Modern Warfare 2. He's going to be doing some NFL content, some Madden content on there as well. So check him out. That's going to be it. Go Bills, #1 in the AFC, and I'm out.